Hello, Dangerlings. Look at this. It's an intro with everyone on it.
Hooray! What are we going to do? We're going to sing?
We're going to tell you about something that we're going to be doing for the next month, which is going to hopefully be a lot of fun. So we're always looking for fun things we can do on this podcast. And we got approached by a company called Manscaped recently to ask if we wanted to partner with them and do some promotion that might turn into some advertising in the future. And turns out Manscaped we actually really like. We don't review or promote stuff we don't like on the podcast. That's why our YouTube channel is just hopelessly positive about everything. It's because we just don't review the stuff we don't like. And we don't partner with things we don't like. So we said, yes, Manscaped, we will work with you on this. Send us some stuff. We will talk about it on the show. And you know, if people like it, maybe we'll do a deal down the line. That's basically the sort of setup of it. Should we talk a bit about what Manscaped is?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Yes. They are male or female or anyone grooming products at a very high standard. They're aimed at male, but anyone could use them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's basically something that you use to trim certain areas of your body.
Ooh.
But not
the intimate
just
areas.
Well, you can.
So it's not really for the face, is it?
It's not for the face, but you could use it for anything else.
You could.
If it's not for the face,
chest
I'm
hair.
gay.
All right,
I don't want to do the face.
What's it for?
No.
What's it for?
It's for your balls.
Oh,
Yes,
don't worry, we're going to get a lot
Manscaped is a
better at
product.
saying balls.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we definitely will.
We definitely will.
It's a product to trim your hair that goes around your bills.
The hair that's down there.
Hair down there.
Never done that before. This is going to be interesting.
Oh, yeah?
Yay.
I'm really excited. So
We're not doing this together, by the way. We're not.
Oh, what?
I mean, we've literally bought our razors to do it.
I've got my balls out right now.
That's
Ross!
Colin, you're laughing, but
That's
I'm
a
literally really
Patreon
good.
stretch goal. If we get enough patrons by a certain time, then I guess we'll all get together. We're going to stretch our balls.
There'll be a calendar.
Oh, goodness me.
Stretch.
Right.
Are we doing a calendar? Yay!
Do stick with us. So, Dangerling, so basically what's happening is for the next month, we're going to be doing a little promo on every episode about Manscaped. It's only going to be a short thing. They're going to be quite funny, I hope, and we're going to throw them at you in places you're not expecting. We're just going to drop them in there in the middle of an episode, maybe, and we're going to have a laugh with it. If it goes well, basically, we've got a discount code for you. I'm going to tell you it in a minute, and they are really good. If you decide you want to get one for somebody for Christmas, you want to get some money off it, if you use our discount code, that goes towards us, and if 8 of you have done it by the time we hit Christmas, then we might get a little sponsorship deal out of it, and we might be able to actually invest in, I don't know, a new Ross.
Ross's new ball stretcher, apparently.
All the sort of things we want. So that's the idea of it. It's really good. We're going to talk about it on a few episodes, but we're not going to keep you for any more time on this one because we've got a doozy of an episode for you carrying on in the archive of The Sun. So I'll tell you the details of it now. You can get 20% off and free shipping with the code DangerClub at manscaped.com. That is 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com if you use the code DangerClub. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tool for the job with Manscaped.
Yeah. People need it. It's a beautiful present, right?
Yeah,
it's a lovely present for someone. Christmas coming up.
Come
I'm
on,
really looking forward to being bald.
Christmas balls.
Oh my god, I can't wait to see balls so many times over the next
Ball
few
balls.
episodes. Let's do this!
Yay!
Previously on the Danger Club podcast.
The cure is somewhere within this building, apparently.
I push past Karagor.
It's a double door. Put them away, gentlemen. Stand next to each other. You are fighting a basilisk.
Oh no, definitely don't look at its eyes.
She vomits forth a swarm and turns them into a giant spider.
Folton immediately runs behind everyone else and
In that case, I'll use an elemental annihilation wave.
Oh my god.
The adventure continues now.
There are some real injustices in the world, and I was discussing one of them with Drummond yesterday. So Drummond and I ran into each other at a kid's birthday party yesterday.
As you do.
As you do.
As you do.
You know, which is weird because I don't have a kid. But
I was going to say, man.
we would just hang out at the same. Turns out we all go to the same pub, and it's the fact that kids have such good birthdays so easily now. Like the availability of cool places to go for a kid's birthday now, where you can like bounce on shit and throw things around and like There's soft things that you can, like I remember a bouncy castle was gold dust when we were kids. Like if that's the thing, you cozy up to the rich kid in the class to get to go on a bouncy castle. And now they're everywhere, and I'm outraged. I feel I want a do-over.
It's not only a bouncy castle, Dan. It was a bouncy maze with a second level, right? What? You bounced around the maze. It took about 15 minutes to get round it, and like there was 2 sides on it, so you like raced against each other. I went in, raced against Willow, right? And we were leaping over stuff and jumping into stuff and going round stuff, and then when we got to the end, you come out of it, and there was like a sort of a massive ball pit thing, and then there was like a bouncy thing with something spinning in the middle, and you had to like jump over it and not get knocked off the podium. A bit like, I don't know, whatever that TV show is. Like,
Total Wipeout.
That's the one, man. Yeah, Total Wipeout, exactly. Yeah. And then you went upstairs, and it was like you were a pinball in a pinball machine, and you were bouncing off stuff. Like, it was insane, man. Like, and every adult came out of there going,
my God, I have never before reevaluated my choice to be childless like I am right now. It sounds incredible. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Danger Club podcast.
Hey. Wow. Yeah, man.
I remember there being quite a bountiful plethora of like bouncy castles and stuff around when I was younger. I was never really interested in them, but I remember them being available.
I saw a bouncy castle. They're great fun. Oh, go on, Bruce.
No, I was just going to say, I saw one on Facebook the other day of a Millennium Falcon bouncy castle.
Wow.
It was like a full like size Millennium Falcon, which is mad.
Did you go inside it?
Yeah.
Or like,
you can go inside.
You go inside?
Yeah.
And you bounce inside the...
Yeah.
I wonder what's happened, because there's clearly been a jump in technology. Because, like Scott, I remember there being lots of bouncy castles, but they're always the same kind of, same premise. Here's a bouncy castle room, 3 walls, in you go. Maybe there's a ball pit as well. Woo!
Or a bouncy slide.
Or a bouncy slide or something like that, yeah. But like, what's this mazes? What's this Millennium Falcon stuff? What was the thing that has just catapulted bouncy castles?
Well, it's just a case of like people our age, when we were kids, like Dan, didn't have much of a vibe when it comes to bouncy castles, or moon bounces as they're known in America. And
Whoa, wait, what? They call them what?
Moon bounces. And so
they call them moon bounces.
Moon bounces.
Wait,
so
hold on.
Wait. Make my point. I've got to make my point, right?
Okay.
So these kids have grown up and they've gone, that was shit. I want a Millennium Falcon. And they've just designed one.
You're saying our generation has gone like, our children will party so much harder than we did.
Well, I think it's more like we want to join the party.
Yes, there's that.
As you say, Drum.
Yeah.
There's a bouncy maze. All the adults got on there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I was working in a school, we took all the kids to like a big soft play area, and I saw loads of adults when I went, because all the kids were like, "Oh, come on, Colin, you've got to come through." And I was like, "All right, cool." So we were all going through. Me and the teachers are going through all the soft play, and there was so many adults in there just having a laugh. Yeah, it was great.
Now, wait, where did I stop you before? What were you saying when I stopped you before? And then you had to carry
moon
on.
bounce.
Moon bounce. That's it. So listen, moon bounce, right? There, I think it's possible that there is a separate thing in this country called a moon bouncer, right? Because we used to have in the old Penrose Centre, where we used to go and do roller disco and stuff, there was a thing called the Moonwalker, right? And it was different to a bouncy castle, right? It had a different style of bounce, and it was like you go like boy, you know what I mean? And it was just flat. It was just
different
flat.
tempo.
There was nothing. Different tempo. Exactly. Yeah. And it was obviously.
Are you sure, John? That sounds like you're describing a trampoline.
No. A trampoline is one stretched thing, mate. This was it was like inflated big, but it was just a flat square, but it was like high off the ground, like you had to like go up some steps to get on it, man. It was fucking huge, and it took up like half the sports hall. It was massive. It was insane.
And you know what?
And it's in the shape of a moon cup then, if it's a moon
but but I have bounced on one that's the shape of a moon cup.
Okay, I'm glad you got to that.
I'm interested.
Hey, look, let's not badmouth the moon cup. The moon cup is an amazing invention.
That wasn't a bad mouth. That was a big up.
Yeah,
there's a few people. There's a few people like, it's fine.
No, just because it was brought up in that context. It was like
bouncing on the moon cup.
Yeah, bouncing on the moon cup. I think it's great.
I take it back. Yes, that vision is disgusting.
There is
bouncing on a moon cup. Everybody's
nothing that is not made better by bouncing, other than open heart surgery. Everything.
Yeah. I'm interested, Drum. Yeah. What kind of bounces are on a? So, what's the bounces for a bouncy castle?
Yeah.
What kind of bounce?
Yeah, can you explain?
So, for a bouncy castle, boing, 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 boing.
Okay,
boing,
what about
boing,
trampoline?
Trampoline.
I mean, that's pretty good. The bouncy castles are always more solid, aren't they? Like,
hang on. There's more. What's the jumping on a bed?
Jumping on a bed. Boingy, 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 boingy. Ow!
Pogo stick.
Pogo stick.
That's a pogo stick.
Joink, joink, joink.
No, that's right. That's
a pogo stick. Yeah.
What about bouncing on a like a hydraulics in a car?
Hydraulics.
Oh man, this is the episode, man. This is the episode.
This is it. This is all we're gonna do. This is fantastic.
Hit me with
the Drum and Bow Skills Soundboard 500. It will be available in stores before Christmas.
Sorry, Scott. I didn't mean to interrupt. What were you gonna?
I was just wondering how short and how low Drummond's beds were, because if it was that repeated bounce, like how are you reaching the apex of the jump and then landing on the bed again so quickly?
This is his.
I was thinking about when I was a kid. I don't jump on the bed now. If I jump on the bed now, the bed breaks immediately. So I mean, if I tried it now, it'd be like boing. Oh God, the insurance. But when I was a kid, it's like boing, boing, boing.
I was on tour with a guy who did a tour of Shakespeare plays in a bouncy castle.
Wow.
He did.
Oh my God,
I was like, surely that's chaos. He was like, yes. I was like, surely you didn't get anything done. He was like, surprisingly, we did manage to finish quite a few plays. Macbeth, we managed to do quite well. But like, the rule was you can walk onto stage in the bouncy castle normally, but every time you exit, you have to bounce. So people would do really solemn murder scenes and like outspot and then just bounce off stage.
It's kind of like Nintendo does Shakespeare.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. Damn.
People will do anything to try and make Shakespeare
it's amazing.
Exactly.
But
that's how we ended up.
These actors must be so fit. Because have you been on a bouncy castle recently? 2 minutes on a bouncy castle, I am absolutely fucked. Now, I mean, I'm not fit, right? Scott, I reckon you could go 5, 10 maybe minutes on a bouncy castle.
Place your bets now, Dangerlings. We are going to do...
as we were talking about last week, I'm sure now we've made that bet. The next time you're on a bouncy castle, Scott, you'll probably be on there for like 3 hours. just to like go, no, I'm fine. I'm fine, actually.
That man is dead now. He committed to a bet, so his heart burst. Happiness and cardio.
And that's the end of Scott's.
It's really strange, isn't it? Because you've got this idea that these things are going to do the work for you. Like, Scott, we did a gig together a few years back where we ended up going to like a trampoline place, like loads of trampolines. Oh my God. Within a minute, it was exhausting, absolutely exhausting. The trampoline does nothing. It's all you. You've got to do all that work. It was crazy.
That's why when you watch the gymnasts and stuff, they're real fit.
Yeah. Actually, they're actually quite fit.
But this is the thing, to just do an entire Shakespeare play takes a lot of breath. And you have to have your stuff working properly, and so if you're trying to get those kind of words out and like this kind of emotion whilst on a bouncy castle, I tell you, man, you might be fitter than a gymnast.
I feel confident saying that I think if if Ross and I went on a bouncy castle or a trampoline under normal circumstances, I think I agree, we last about 2 minutes. If you tell us we are allowed to wrestle when we're on there, you will be dragging us kicking and screaming off of it an hour later and we still won't be done.
Fair enough. I can understand that.
The gold. Speaking of things that have been bounced around, the basilisks have been thrown back across the room by Shania's incredible bouncy spell.
Oh, God, yeah.
I am so happy. I deliberately went back and re-looked up the rules for it because it's a real complicated spell, but it's a really cool one. Bit of Secrets of Magic coming in there. Let's have a little reminder of where the club are at the moment. You're in the Archive of the Sun. So you've come here. You know that there seemed to be something going on in the Archive of the Sun. There were some hints at it in the in some of the notes that you found. And so you made your way there after your detour to try and mend the life and brewery of Welby Good Barrel, which you did with varying success. He didn't deserve to have it mended. That's one of my favourite NPCs we've ever had now. So you made your way into the archive. I am really impressed with how you dealt with the first couple of rooms in there. Like, you avoided 2 major combats. You tricked your way past the seers and their lizard friend with basically with meat. Ran past them, and then you gave Welby to the I think it was Golga was her name, wasn't it? The seeress of the tribe, who has gone off to marry Welby and taken all of her suitors with her, leaving you behind. So you found that room. You found the room you were in, which has got these weird symbols on the wall that light up when you press them, and you reckon something happens if you press all of them. And then you open the door. There are a couple of basilisks, and they've come to try and mess with your day. They've slowed Philippe. They've been blasted through the air. And they're just sort of fighting. Anyone who's just a tiny point of order, because I bet someone has brought this up on the Discord at some point. The basilisks in this, we've leveled them up slightly because they are slithering. Technically, the party should be a level lower than we are for playing this bit, which would mean that their petrifying stare doesn't work the same way that it is working in this. But that's all right. We've leveled them up a little bit to go with the party, so don't worry about that. How are you all feeling? Are you planning on going to Welby's wedding?
Yeah. Honoured guests.
Shania doesn't even know Welby. She doesn't even know him. He's just some guy.
We're going to be the only people on his side anyway, I think. I think they're the only... and he's been alive for however long.
Has he had a long life?
His best people.
Yeah, I think he's a halfling.
Weddings.
Fairly long-lived.
Halflings don't necessarily have a long lifespan, I don't think. It's like gnomes and dwarves and elves and... Halflings just like an ordinary lifespan, right?
I mean, certainly Welby, I think, is unlikely to live to a very large age.
Yeah. I thought they had a slightly longer than normal life, so about 120, 150 years, something like that. But that's just spurious.
I mean,
Bilbo 111th, isn't it?
Yeah, 111th birthday, yeah, some shit like that. But then has he had longer life because he's got the ring?
Yes.
Did.
So maybe not, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we should have just given Welby the shards, and then we'll just end this campaign. Fast forward like 100 years, and we'll pick it up again, and we'll see where the world's at. This terror one. So, but no, I'm impressed with I was impressed with your tactical brilliance in getting through the first couple of fights without needing to do much of a fight. But now we are facing the basilisks. How are we feeling about getting into a little bit of basilisk action?
Well, you know.
Well, I'm glad you're that enthusiastic, Colin, because it's your go.
Okay, well, it's one action to... Am I right, Dan, in saying one action to keep up your kind of hiding your gaze?
To avert your gaze, yep, that's fine.
Well, in that case, I'll use my other 2 actions to throw some magic missiles.
There we go. Going
for the old magic missile. So he averts his gaze, Bubba does, and then his chest opens up and it starts glowing. And I've already rolled the damage.
You've got the touch. You've got the power.
Yeah. And I've already rolled it for the magic missiles that I can hit, and it's 19 points of damage.
19 points of damage. You send them flying into the stream of magic that Shania is blasting, and slams into one of the basilisks, hitting it several times, opening up several holes in its side. In its side. Big round.
Nice.
Powerful damage. Folton Battlestone.
I look under sort of the crotch of Velda through his I'm sort of like...
Look, my crotch isn't that low. Like that. That's just the hem of my robe, not my crotch.
So
like, Jesus. What?
So I lift the bottom of his wizard's robe
Sleeve.
up. And
Do you mind?
And I
a little peek.
I have a little peek, and I see that the spiders are gone. And I go, Velda, I don't think I can do it. I'm scared. Saw the spiders.
Yeah, well, they've gone now, and it was Shania. So just get back out there.
Give me a motivational speech.
Me? A motivational speech? Look, get out there, or we're all dead. So, come on. Do your best.
You know what? While you're peeking underneath it, one of them takes a reaction, gives you a petrifying glance. Make a fortitude save.
That's not cool. Fortitude. Good thing my fortitude is good. 18.
18 is a fail.
Oh,
no. You are slowed. That will not affect you this round, but it means that next round you will only have 2 actions. Or each round after this, you will only have 2 actions. Until it wears off. You can feel your muscles start to stiffen as you catch a glimpse of the creature from between Velda's legs.
Oh dear. Oh no. It's also affected my throat.
Would you stop coughing all over my hem, please? I mean, this is a relatively new robe.
All right. Okay. Come on, Folton. You can do this. Come on, Folton. Robbie, baby, gaggy bugger. Let's go! I run out of his underneath. Of his crotch and run towards this.
You know, there's not enough height distance as you think there is between.
I mean, the thing is, peeking up from underneath the hem of my robe and running between my legs you are in crotch territory there. Like
you've got like a Mohican as well. That's proper. Like you've just cleaned Velda's butt really tightly.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Velda just kind of is lifted up in the air as
old
runs
Folton
underneath.
butt brush.
That's right. That's 20 feet of movement gets you into melee with the one that stared at you.
Hold it. Are you telling me that Folton charging into combat, he actually made it in one turn?
He made it in one turn.
Oh my god! Look at that. Well done, Folton. Maybe
right. Smashy. The one-y, the stony me.
Okay. Smashy.
That is a 13 on the die, plus 17, 30.
A 30, that is a hit. Is this your Furious Focus power attack?
Yes.
All right, roll a whole lot of damage.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie, pig in a pokey. Okay, that's 8. 8. Whoa. 8 plus 12. So that's 20 plus 20. 20 plus 4. 24.
24. You leap into the stream of magic that is ushering forth from Shania. Come flying in and lop the creature's head off as it's trying to fix you with its gaze. The head goes spiraling off to the side, spraying blood everywhere. And it staggers the floor. You've killed one of them.
Yay! Thanks, Velda.
No problem.
For nothing.
What are you talking about? I gave you a speech, and thanks for the butt brush.
You know Jeff Winger.
I don't know who that is.
Just some guy.
One left, and that one has already used its reaction this turn, so it can't use the petrifying glance. But that doesn't. So that means Velda is going to be a little safer. It's Velda's go.
Okay, because I have I averted my gaze again. I'd like to do that.
Okay, you avert your gaze again. 2 actions left.
I believe. Did I cast Flaming Sphere last round?
I believe you did cast Flaming Sphere last round.
Splendid. Apologies for that question. Pathfinder keeps uncasting my spells, but I remember. I would like, in that case, then to maintain Flaming Sphere with 1 action. And then I will cast... I'm just going to cast Shield on myself, because that's all I can do.
good plan. So that's a 16 on the reflex save to try and move out of the way of the... Oh, no, it's a 15 because he's sickened. So I think that's a fail. So give him 3d6
Woo!
damage.
Okay. Oh, apologies. Sorry to sniff that cold. Okay,
Sniff
here
away,
we go.
man. Sniff away.
That's
It's nice that everyone can hear how sick we all are on this episode.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, right. Just sneezes
Feel it,
and
guys.
coughs. This
Apparently
is why we're doing a remote record.
There is,
team.
there is a cold sweeping the country, and the Danger Club are not immune.
I wish Colin could just come around and edit out our colds from real life.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Yeah. I'm here to edit.
I'm
here to edit out your cold.
Yeah, I'd have about like an hour and 20 minutes of my entire weekend. Just be like, there you go, that was the non-cold bit.
Oh man, how much damage
8 points
we got?
of fire damage.
8 points of fire damage. Okay, that ain't nothing. You slam the ball into the side of the remaining basilisk, which carries on coughing and spluttering. It's sick as well, so everyone's ill at the moment.
Yeah.
And you put your shields up. All right, Karagor, One Fang, never lost fight to man, beast, or possibly basilisk. Let's find out. It's your go.
Is this surviving one the one with who I hunt preyed? I just don't know.
It
Yes.
isn't. You switched your hunt prey to the one that ran up close, which is why that one has taken so much damage, and Folton was able to finish it off. But so
redoing it would be another action.
Redoing it would be another action.
How far away from it am I?
You are 15 feet away from it, so you're within volley range for if you're using your bow.
I would have to. That's a bad thing, though, isn't it? I need to hit it with my melee clubby weapons, don't I?
Ideally, the difficulty is it's like so it would get a you'd have a penalty to attack with the volley trait if you're firing with it. It doesn't necessarily mean you can't, but yeah, you would.
Well, your boy's only got 2 damn arrows left as well, so I'm gonna not. Well, first of all, Karagor's just gonna go. Oh, great to see you back in the fight, Folton. What you got something stuck in your hair, mate? And then Karagor's going to turn to the surviving basilisk, hunt prey on it, move to it, and then attack it with his floppy hammers. There's
no problem.
Gaze going on.
Go on.
A dirty 20.
A dirty 20 does not beat its armor class. You come and swing at it, but it ducks to the side as you swing away.
Hang on, wait.
It's fast.
Swing away.
Wait.
Swing
Okay.
away,
No.
swing
16
away.
plus 14, that's not 20, is it?
No.
30. Dirty 30. I'm looking at the 16 on my die.
A
Looking
dirty
at the 14
30
on my
is nearly
sheet,
a
being
critical
like,
hit. So yeah, it's got a -1 to its AC as well.
Slight
Yeah,
difference.
it's a hit.
Slight difference.
It's when you play like a couple of games of D&D and then switch back to Pathfinder and the numbers are all different. You're like, a dirty 20 sounds right, but a dirty 30 sounds ridiculous. No, it's Pathfinder. Oh yeah, of course. Very well. What have I got here? 11 plus that. Plus the hunt prey. 11 plus 7, which would be
That sounds very much like 18.
Yep.
That's much better. You come screaming and you smash it in the side with your hammer. It staggers backwards, but it's still alive. What's it gonna do? Okay, it's go. It has 3 actions. That's good. It's sick, but it's not slowed. Yeah, that's important. Okay. I'm going to swing for the fences here. I'm going to try and do something really, really horrible. With its first 2 actions...
Maybe the basilisk is going to try and do something really horrible, Dan.
All right, the basilisk is going to try
You're not the
and...
basilisk, the storm.
That's what they say every morning. I look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Be the basilisk. You know what? First of all, let's do the first action first, because that's a nice easy one. It tries to bite Karagor.
Very well.
23 to hit.
No, not far off, but no.
Oh, you duck as the jaws just chomp closed above your head. But as you duck, it turns its head around and it sees Folton Battlestone decapitating its friend, and it fixes Folton Battlestone with a petrifying gaze. So, if you are already slowed by the glance of one of them and then you get hit by the gaze attack, it can be very, very nasty indeed. Its burning eyes burn into you, Folton. I want a very, very important fortitude save, or I'm gonna turn you to stone!
Have you already been slowed by the gaze?
That is 18 again.
An 18. DC 22.
Oh.
Folton catches the eye of the creature and just slows to a complete stop, and you see just grey rising up all over from his heart outwards, crusting all over them, and in no time at all you are left with a statue of a dwarf holding an axe stood in front of you.
Folton battle stone.
Is he dead?
I guess we'll have to find out. Shania Rain, it's your go.
Yes.
Now, you have a choice here.
Yeah.
Because you did a 3-action spell on your last one.
Yeah.
You can spend 3 actions to basically empower that spell and blast the area in front of you a second time, dealing even more damage and knocking things flying. However, Karagor and a statue of Folton are now in that area. So if you cast it again, you'll hit the basilisk, but you'll also hit 2 of your friends.
I was totally going to do that, but I'm not sure it's a good idea right now.
How much damage would I take?
Well, I mean, it's 1d6 of fire and 3d6 of bludgeoning. You need a basic reflex save to sort of, it's now a 60-foot cone, right?
It's a 60-foot cone, so you hit basically everything in the room.
And also, I think it has a gust of wind effect, so pushes stuff back as well, right?
It would theoretically push Karagor and the basilisk away, so it would send Karagor off into a life and death face-to-face duel with the basilisk.
Fucking cool. Fucking cool. But what about position it so it hits me and the basilisk and not Folton?
Well,
or is that impossible?
No.
I think it's going to hit Folton anyway. The question is, if Folton is now stone, will it just pass him by, or might I shatter him? I do not want to do that. So
Folton stone.
Yeah.
I reckon his reflex save is pretty high right now. I reckon he's all right.
Yeah.
No, but I mean,
come on, throw me at the basilisk.
Honestly, Dan, I have to ask,
stone.
will he have some kind of resistance to it, or?
I can't tell you that without a knowledge check, and unfortunately you need an action to do a knowledge check, or you need 3 actions to get the spell. So you...
Drum.
You are evil, you know that, yeah.
If you do this, can you just promise me that before you do, you'll shout, "Let's get ready to rumble!"
I mean, honestly, if it was just Karagor, I think Shania would go, he can take it, you know what I mean? He'll get into the corner and he'll destroy the beast. I'm very worried about what it will do to Folton. I don't think I can do it, motherfucker. Shit. But I don't.
It'd be so cool, but what if you kill Folton?
Yeah, yes.
I know.
That's right, Dan.
You just don't want to take the rat,
right,
Dan. You don't want to take the rat.
Which one?
I mean,
and if you blast him into pieces, it will definitely be your fault, and we'll never have to come back to whether it was me that made him into stone or not. You know.
Yeah.
Sure, Dan. Yeah. Sure, we see what you're doing, Dan.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So, if I don't do that, what could I do? I could just hydraulic push, maybe. That's something I could do, and that will knock the target back. Might sort of, it'll take either 3d6 or 2 or 6d6 if it's a critical success. So, I mean, maybe I should just do that, and Karagor can then wail on it. Yeah, I mean, because I can target one creature with that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
That's pretty good damage.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hydraulic push it instead. So like my hands from like swirling and using the stuff goes like, oh, this is not a good idea. Lets the magic drift away, and then sort of sucks up a different kind of magic. But it's pretty watery. It's a moist magic, and the moist magic heads straight at the basilisk. Feel my moist magic! Do you like that?
Blast it with moist magic. Make a spell attack roll.
Okie dokie, shall do.
Moist magic.
Karagor's making a will save to not get jealous. Fail.
Right. Okay,
I love the irony that Shania's using moist magic, whereas Drum is the king of talc. So, it's just...
I'm the king of talc because I'm full of moist magic, man. That's okay, right. So, I can't remember what I had to this. Is it... Oh, it's plus 12, isn't it? Yeah. So that's a 30.
A 30.
Yes.
That is a hit.
Good.
It's not a critical hit.
Damn!
It's not far off, actually.
But do we have any pluses? Do we have any pluses because of...
No pluses, isn't it?
You're not doing it. No, there's no Inspire Courage going at the moment, I'm afraid.
Okay, no. All right,
so 3d6 bludgeoning damage and is knocked back 5 feet.
Right, 3d6 it is. Crikey. Sorry, I haven't had my sixes out for a while. Let me just get my sixes out. There we go.
I presume between our 3 mighty spellcasters in the party, we've got someone who can unturn to stone Folton, right?
Possibly. It might not actually be, prepared right now.
This might fall on Shania, because I don't really have any healing.
Okay,
I don't
right.
I'm going to do a knowledge check, but...
That's a bit disappointing, but it is 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage, all right. The creature after it, just as it's finishing turning Folton to stone, you just hit it with a blast of water and it bounces off the wall and just lands back on the ground. It comes back up, snarling and snapping. We're a moment too slow to stop it from turning Folton.
Yeah.
But
I've got another
one action,
haven't I?
You got one.
How's Philippe doing?
So Philippe is slowed.
Right.
So Philippe basically will now only have one action.
He'll only have one action.
If you act, he'll have no actions if you don't activate him. He'll have one action if you do activate him.
Okay, I'm gonna leave him, I think, where he is because I think he's feeling a bit dazed. So I shall use my. I shall use my last action to. Can I move towards Folton?
You're right next to Folton.
Am I? Great.
Yeah,
okay, in that case, I'll just avert my gaze or whatever then.
You avert your gaze. A very, very good idea. All right, we come back around. It's going to be Bubba Von Hoops. Bubba, you now no longer have line of sight on this thing because it's been blasted back so many times. So you're going to have to move if you want to see into the room where it is.
Oh, right. How far away is it?
Oh, it's to be able to see it, you've just got to move 5, 10, about 15 feet. We'll get you to a point where you can see it. It's just you were around a corner.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Yeah. Just if I move, that's obviously going to be one action, isn't it?
That's one action, yeah.
Yeah, and then I can't avert my gaze, can I? Oh no! Well, that's going to
come join the Stone Club.
Yeah, I could join the Stone Club. I had a nice little thing, but I'm not sure. I mean, it depends on how many hit points this thing's got left. Is it looking pretty damaged, Dan? Can you tell us that?
You can't see it. It's taken. You basically you caught a glimpse of it, and then it's just been hit by successive spells from Shania that have just blasted it back into the room out of your sight. It's been hit by a whole lot of stuff.
Let's take. I'll take a step into the room so I can see. Is it looking pretty damaged now? Can I tell
you
that
move up
looking?
next to Shania. You can see it. Yeah, it looks battered.
All right, cool. In that case, I am going to cast Vomit Swarm, and all of my creatures are going to be mini Folton battle stones, and they are just going to fly towards them, going yay! Because you can pick what they look like. So they're like little cartoon Folton Battlestones.
Amazing.
Like Disney on acid.
You see, I assumed it was like a bunch of sort of insects or something that you then put into a shape, which I made into a giant spider. But
that's the difference between druids and bards. Druids like use nature stuff, and bards are like just wacky artist stuff.
Because you remember last time I did this, they were a bunch of like, I can't remember what they were. They were like Jiminy Crickets, weren't they? Last time I did this. Yeah. All right. So 2d8. I got and nice. Okay. 12 points of damage.
Nice. It's a cone, isn't it?
It's a cone of Folton Battlestones whirling towards this thing.
Move up to where the dead basilisk is. That's fine. That means you're right on the front row. It blasts into it. Does it get a save, or does it have a...
it's a reflex save.
Reflex save. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let's make a reflex save. It's going to crush it with 19 is not a success. So how much damage is that?
You get 2d8 piercing.
Which was?
And it becomes sickened.
It's already sickened.
It's already sickened. Alright, so it was 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. The tiny Foltons, you vomit up all the tiny Foltons, which pour from your beak. As you stand next to the statue of Folton, they run across the ground. They pour down the throat of the creature as it's trying to stare at you. And as it kind of brings its gaze up in line with you, it just goes, and then its stomach explodes, and tiny Foltons go blasting in all directions. It kind of totters for a moment and then just collapses onto the floor, and it is dead.
Okay.
Amazing.
So what a great ending. Fantastic. Velda immediately looks at Folton and racks his wizard brains for an Arcana answer.
I mean Arcana.
Whilst that happens, Karagor looks at Folton and immediately goes to the basilisk eye to remove it from its skull.
Cool. Okay. You prize the basilisk's eyes out of their skull.
Great. Rolls 22 for Arcana.
22.
I'm sorry.
Okay, let's do Velda first. Velda, you just kind of run over and look him over. Looking over at Philippe, you can see Philippe is gradually starting to recover. Like you reckon with a bit of time, he's going to be all right. Folton is not changing. You rack your brain, you look at him, and you're like, there are spells to remove this, but you don't have them right now. You're just trying to think if there's anything else you can do, but you do know that this kind of transformation is permanent.
Shit.
So Shania is, she's got hands on Folton, and she's looking for a spell within herself. She's also attempting to heal, just to see if it will do anything. She's trying a heal spell to begin with.
You cast a healing spell. Okay. So roll the healing for that.
Okay. Let me just double check that. All right. How much? Yeah.
How much healing?
Okay.
How much healing?
All right. Hold on.
Does anyone else have anything they want to try? While Drummond's
Bubba would like to go over and fill up a vial full of basilisk blood.
Okay.
Oh, I was just gonna make a roll to do exactly.
Were you? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this.
Give me a survival check to try and harvest some basilisk blood, and let's come back over to Drummond with the healing.
Okay, so that's 15, 16, 17.
17 points of healing. So, Ross, you do get that Folton has healed those hit points. Not that Folton is aware of it. You can sense nothing at the moment, but you do get the hit points back. It has no effect on his thing. Sorry, Scott, what do you want to do?
I was going to say, if I see Bubba doing that, I'd just be like, oh yeah, I was just about to, and then can I assist Bubba?
You can try. Yes. Okay. So let's have a survival check from Karagor to start with.
18.
An 18. That's a fail on the aid check. So now it's just now it's all down to Bubba.
27.
A 27. You successfully harvest a large flask of blood. You still got one of your Maybe you've got your drinking mug left over from your from the trip to the tavern or something. But you managed to fill it with basilisk blood.
Bubba turns around and looks at everyone and then goes to drink it and goes, nah, and then just put the top on. and then can Bubba sort of like make a... can I make a bardic law check as well, just to see if I know of anything when someone's been turned to stone?
Give me a bardic law check.
And looking at the eye and looking at the blood, can Karagor make a nature check to see if you know?
Karagor can make a nature check, yes.
Because who was it that identified these creatures in the first place? Was it me or Velda?
It was you.
Okay, cool. So it feels thematically right. If maybe I know if there's a cure for the basilisk eye.
My bardic law was only 13, so it's not going to
13. You've never encountered anything like this before, Bubba.
Okay.
Nature was 27. 25, sorry.
25. You know that if applied quickly, the blood of a freshly slain basilisk can reverse the effects of petrification.
Because I've watched Bubba get the blood, and then he just sort of stopped. I'll be like, assuming that Bubba also knows, Karagor's like, go on then, quickly.
What's wrong? What do you need?
Sprinkle it with blood. Come on.
I'll sprinkle what with blood?
Folton Stone. Sprinkle Folton Stone with blood.
I was going to get. I thought it was like, sure.
What are you getting it for? Surely it's for Folton.
What? Just thought they.
Shania grabs the blood out of his hand and sprinkles it on Folton. Like, for fuck's sake.
I was just about to do that. I was just explaining why,
you grab the blood and you dump it over Folton, the statue of Folton. It drips all down him, and as it runs down, where it trickles, you see the stone start to recede. You see his hairs starting to pop out through the stone. It shudders for a minute, and then the shell around him just cracks and crumbles away. And Folton, you suddenly come back into consciousness in the room, covered in blood and dust from the stone that's crumbling around you. And just kind of collapse onto the floor, able to breathe again.
Fulton, I saved you! Bubba saved you! Yay!
I mean, well done, everybody.
What's the date?
But I mean, it's literally been about 30 seconds.
What year?
It's a fantasy game. No one knows what the date is.
I'm not giving you my trousers. That's not happening.
Fulton, look at me in the eyes. How do you feel?
Yeah.
Are you feeling okay?
It's Fulton.
That was weird.
Yes, very weird indeed. What's the last thing you remember?
I remember that thing looking at me and then feeling cold. And then literally just now, it was like almost seconds. Wait, how long has passed?
Yeah, I mean, not
10 years.
not so much time, but thank goodness that you are okay. I'm going to keep an eye on you, I think, for the rest of the day, just in case there's any after effects, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to keep an eye on you as well. Karagor gets out the basilisk guy and goes, whoa.
He turns to stone again.
Yes. Look, it might be worth grabbing some more of that blood, actually, because I
reckon it's a good idea, just in case he turns to stone again.
Absolutely, yes. They're quite rare creatures.
Can Bubba go and get some more? Is that right?
All right, give me another survival check, and we'll just do one to see how much you manage to harvest from both.
All right.
Can Karagor do the other one? The Bubba?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can have separate checks.
They're going to come in the
24.
24.
22.
24 and 22. Okay, you each managed to harvest a flask of basilisk blood. You have a feeling that it will probably lose its potency fairly quickly, but you do have some.
Can we put it in cheers?
Yeah.
Can we cheers it, Karagor and Bubba?
Clink.
Can we just
Drink.
No.
No, you shouldn't drink it. It's probably bad to drink it.
Why?
Well, you're drinking blood of a really magical creature, and they're pretty horrible. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, it turned me to stone.
I know.
The blood, it was the eyes.
So show him the eyes again.
So,
the axe got turned to stone as well. So you can imagine, like in M's world, he's just come out onto his new deck, and his whole house has turned to stone.
What the fuck? What the fuck is this? Yes. What happened, Fulton?
Oh, I got turned to stone. Did it affect you?
Only you, Fulton.
Who else but Folton?
Hey, Fulton, has anyone done the Fulton battle stone joke yet?
No.
Oh, well, there you go.
I don't get it.
I feel really weird about us setting up and then delivering on our own jokes.
Hey, man.
I'm cool with it. I called it.
It was me as well. Like, I'm repeating my own fucking joke. Yeah, it's so bad.
It works as well because Folton's not aware of the passage of time, and so he doesn't know that joke got made.
Yeah.
Right, well, good work, everyone.
Right.
So should we go to the door that we haven't been through?
What time is it?
So, let me explain the room. Now you've destroyed them. You're able to have a little look around this room a bit more where the basilisks were. You find in this room there are 3 statues that look to have been chewed on. Blech. You reckon maybe they were previous victims of the basilisks. There is also a flight of stairs going up. So in terms of places you haven't been yet, there's the stairs that go up to the upper level, or there's the big set of double doors in the sunroom that you have not been through yet.
Well,
do we have any sense of idea of what the time might be?
I mean, you've been in here for maybe been in here for an hour or for a couple of hours. It's still the morning, probably. You came in here first thing after you'd slept at Welby, in the cozy cabin outside Welby's.
Can Shania do a thorough search of the room just to see if there's anything else in there that's...
You do, yeah. You spend a time... I'm not going to make you roll for it. You search the room. There is nothing here. Anything, whatever was in here has been probably eaten by the basilisks, and there's nothing in their stomachs when you look for them.
Okay.
Is there a what's the mechanics for like I don't want to say short rest, but a rest that isn't long.
A rest that isn't long. So, you can take 10 minutes. You can take 10 minutes to refocus, which would give 10 minutes for Shania to do some healing on people. That's the best thing. Basically, take rests in increments of 10 minutes based on how many times you want to use treat wounds.
Do you want to? Is everyone feeling pretty beat up or out of spells or whatever?
No, my spells will be sleeping. Sorry, they won't come back.
Yeah, mine too. Really, you need to sleep. So.
I mean, I'm happy to carry on. I haven't used many of my spells because we've sort of talked our way through, all given live gifts.
Yeah, I still got a few.
You didn't give no gifts.
I mean, I did. I gave the gift of love and marriage.
You gave the gift of another sentient being.
No, I just proposed that. He proposed. I thought it was beautiful.
Well,
I thought 2 lost souls find each other in a smashed-up old Library of the Sun.
Not getting out of that one. It's not going to rewrite that one.
But that's what happened. That's what happened, Karagor.
Twisting that to suit your own.
Oh, and you've never done
that
either. You've never done that.
Classic evil wizard behaviour.
I'm not an evil wizard, and wizard and magic isn't evil by its very nature. I haven't resurrected.
Bolton just got turned to stone by magic.
That was nature. That was what you like. You're the one about, I'm a ranger, look at me with my, I see you. Yeah, look at that.
Listen, no, druids like nature. Rangers don't like nature. We fight against nature because nature's a bastard and it'll have you. Where druids are all like, I'm sorry.
Is this really how I was just going to say, like, come on.
No, do carry on.
This is how you really feel.
This is very interesting.
No, I mean, just most druids, that's why like you're different. Most druids are all like, trees, aren't they metal, the moon?
Yeah, no, I mean,
but let's worship the stars.
You do realise that I am like this. You do realise this.
Trees, they'd kill you if they could.
I think we need to have a conversation. She moves off and goes up the stairs.
No, not about me and Shania.
Okay.
That was me and Velda, that was not me and Shania.
It seems to be about you and Shania now, but...
shut up, you necromancer.
Shania.
Yeah.
Okay, so Shania, you step onto the stairs. You take a step. As the second that you put your foot on
fuck,
the stairs,
bollocks, pig, shit.
Turns into a slide. Into a slide.
Bouncy castle.
They go up, I'm afraid. Oh, I wish. As soon as you step on it, there is a kind of a whirring noise from above, and you just feel the floor sink down slightly. You look down at your feet, and you see a few darts lying around, and then suddenly, darts come flying out of various holes around you, just loads of them blasting past you, and they are going to make an attack roll against you. The first one. No, they attack your armor. These attack your armor class.
Oh, what? Come on.
So they are making. So the first one is going to be. I wish you could
activate Neo.
I really do.
Yeah.
All right. So a dart comes screaming at you with a 40.
Jesus
which
Christ.
I think is a critical hit.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
A 40 against your armor
What's the
class.
attack
40?
strength of these darts?
40 against my... Are you kidding
It
me?
hits you right in the neck.
That's... Wait, no, wait, hold on. Hold on. Wait, hold on.
40.
Hold on.
40, so it must have an
Hold
attack
on. I
strength
have not
of-
even looked at my thing yet. So...
Anyone's ever rolled a 40 before in this campaign?
I don't believe
No.
they have, no. That was a
And it was,
19.
and the first was by a metal tube.
Alright. So my AC is 21. I don't get to roll anything to try and move out of the way of this motherfucker.
No, that's how an attack works.
That's how an attack works.
Jesus
it rolls.
Christ. Fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck.
So that hits you. God, that's lost. You take 20 points of piercing damage.
For fuck's sake.
God.
And I need you to make a fortitude save for me.
Right.
Poison darts, man.
Darts.
Okay, my fortitude is 28. My fortitude
28.
save.
That's success. You do not get poisoned by the dart.
Good.
However, they do then start blasting. There are still more darts raining through here. So, what happens now is the trap rolls initiative. But I'm assuming in this instance you're just gonna. What's your plan, Shania? As there are just a hail of darts flying down the stairs towards you.
I mean, I'm going to dive out of the way. Like,
Cool.
you know.
That's what I thought. It's just because if that's the case, it's just between you and the darts. I'm not going to make everyone roll initiative.
Okay.
So roll initiative.
You and the
I was really hoping that
Roll
Phil the
initiative for
Power
me to
Taylor was at
see-
the top of the stairs, just so.
Nice reference.
Hey.
That was a natch 20.
A natural 20 for a total of.
Sorry, what am I? Is this adding to my
Add your perception.
perception? Right, so that's 35.
A 35. You actually beat the trap, so you get to go. You get to go first. It is going to use its when you start your. Oh no, it's when you finish an action. Okay, so it's fine. So it is your go. What
Am
would
I
you like to do?
fighting
Run out
this
the way?
thing?
It's up. No, it's just we're in. These
Okay.
darts are going to keep raining down, so you can keep going up the stairs. You can run back. The stairs are very steep, is what you see here. It's
Right.
going to be difficult terrain to climb.
And where are they? They're coming from the top of the stairs.
They're coming from the top of the stairs and flying down towards you.
Okay, so
Just jump back into the room out of the range.
yeah, that's exactly what I want to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
You run back into the room, and because you beat the trap's initiative, it doesn't get to take another shot
Right,
at you
okay.
before you get back into the room. So we'll drop out of initiative.
All right, good. How many hit points did I lose?
So you lost 20 hit points.
20 hit points. Flipping heck.
The dart literally
Right.
just hit you straight in the neck.
Okay.
After that battle as well, that dart nearly took Shania out in one. We've been in this situation before where there was a trap. It made us roll initiative, and we all just walked away, and that was fine. It seems
Yeah.
the mechanic of rolling initiative against certain traps is a bit. It feels a bit. Why? Do you know what I mean?
It depends if you want to go up this staircase. 'Cause if
I
you
mean,
want to go up
we
this
could
staircase, that
we
definitely-
could try and disarm this trap.
Yeah, I
we
mean-
could go up there and because
So-
we did if we'd have all gone together and we'd have been thinking not. This is no disrespect to you, Drum, because it was a good decision, to be fair. If we, usually we would check for traps and we would do all that, didn't we?
Not,
But we
not going up the stairs wasn't a great decision. That was a bad decision.
Right,
Without
yeah,
checking it.
Yeah, it was a Shania strop.
But yeah,
I
it was a
was
Shania
nearly-
strop, and she paid a price. You're
Bubble was
absolutely
nearly
right.
right behind you. I nearly
Yeah.
said, "Oh, I'm going to follow you up." there,"
Right,
do you know what I
okay.
mean? So,
Well, as she comes running back into the room, holding her neck, she goes, "Shit! I got shot!"
What? Could everyone stop getting shot?
So the darts continue going for about a minute. They just keep blasting darts down
How
there
many
until
darts have
eventually
they got?
it slows down.
You remember in Skyrim, you trigger a little plate, it goes toot, 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 for ages, and you just wait for it to
I mean,
stop.
it does, but
And
I
you
mean,
do-
I want to see the mechanics behind this trap, like the tubes just going through the walls, just that were filled with darts.
It's a fantasy game.
Well, I want to see it.
Let's suspend our disbelief, shall we?
I want to see it, Strum. I want to see behind the curtain. I want to look at the wizard.
No.
The incredible cross sections book of the archive of the
Yeah,
sun.
definitely.
Well, they were good books. What's the plan? So it slows after a while, and the darts stop. Shania, you're able to pull this big old dart from it, and sure enough, when you have a look at it, you can tell that it is poisoned.
I got an idea.
Yeah, that was poison too. Oh my god! I'm so glad I'm basically immune to poison. She throws it away.
Why don't we cut open the basilisk and use it as a sort of Trojan horse to get inside so it just hits the carcass of the...
Absolutely, 100% fucking down for this. Come on, let's cut it open.
Let's do it, man.
I object to the use of a Trojan horse, because I don't know that, so even if I did, that's not what the Trojan horse was. But fuck it, let's do it. Let's say that
someone's brought this up before. Someone said it before, I'm sure.
Let's say that an ancient sort of civilization used the skin of a giant animal by charging the city gates. Why not? Let's go for it. Yeah.
Do you know what? Actually, just out of character, the last person to say a Trojan horse was Big Mike.
Really? Yeah.
Big Mike brought up the concept of a Trojan horse, and they said that it was something they made up. So Bubba wouldn't know that, but
the rest of us have discussed this before.
We have.
The rest of you know the concept of a Trojan horse.
Yeah, I did remember it had come up before, but I couldn't remember who it was. But good callback.
Yeah, Fulton, you're remembering Big Mike's plan.
Yes,
sounds good. We all like Big Mike. Big up, Big Mike.
Big Mike?
Tweet us, Big Mike.
We'll tell you about her later.
Right, okay.
But sort of reptilian shields sounds, this could work.
Sounds great, actually.
It could tip the scales in our favour. Reptilian, because it's God's scales.
Everyone's shaking their heads.
Fine. Use your fucking Trojan lizard.
I could just disarm the trap, but I think this is going to be a lot more fun.
Let's do it. Let's cut it open and let's go up the stairs.
Even I'm down for this. Let's do it.
The basilisks. So the basilisks are only big enough for one of you to wear. They're medium-sized creatures, so two of you could wear basilisk suits and try and climb up the stairs.
Knowing where Shania got hit and looking at the staircase and seeing the darts now, seeing the tubes, what angle are they all up and down the entirety of the top to bottom?
Well,
then I want to see the tubes and the...
exactly. There must be a fucking
this is ridiculous.
vat of darts. They can't go for a minute. There's 1,000 holes. Jesus.
There's probably a little guy who lives in there. It's his job to make sure that the poison darts are in the place they need to be. If he doesn't do it, whatever Dark Lord is in charge of this place is going to kick his tiny butt. And when I mean kick his tiny butt, he'll step on him, he'll be dead, and there'll be another tiny person that will take his place.
He's been there for 1,000 years, prepping the darts every day, going, they never get used.
I really hope this is how you view modern vending machines and stuff like that, because it's just so there's a little guy in there, and he stacks the cans.
How do you think this computer's working? There's a bunch of little people in there, right?
And I'm the Dark Lord.
The guy that built this, the Archive of the Sun, they must have gone... we spent all our budget on darts, guys. We can't do anything else. All darts.
Just darts. But no one's getting up these stairs.
Do you know, Ross, how much gold they spent on darts for this?
How much?
180! And that's where we leave it for tonight.
All right.
That's good. Nice.
Very good.
Very nice.
Very well.
This week's episode was made possible by our amazing patrons, and specifically this week, our Dangerling of the Week, Davosaurus. Patrons, the stuff that you do for us is absolutely amazing. Look on any of our posts, you'll see original artwork there. That is artwork that we paid for with money that you gave us to help make this show. You're making art happen everywhere, and Dave, you're a big part of that. If you want to join them, very easy. Go to patreon.com/Danger Club Podcast, subscribe to the Patreon, get loads of bonus content, help us make amazing adventures happen. Thank you, Dave. Have a great week.